Good morning everyone. This will be our second topic for events management. So it is about events, personnel, and organizational chart. So yun ang ating pag-uusapan ngayong araw. So, first of all, one of the most important things about sa events management is simply collaboration. Siyempre, without collaboration, hindi magiging successful ang mga plano. So, as a future HRM graduates and tourism graduates, we must be an expert when it comes to collaboration and management. So, let's talk about teamwork. Siyempre, sabi dito, teamwork makes the dream work. Ayan. Events requires the highest level of teamwork and collaboration. So, hindi lang yung simpleng klase ng teamwork, kundi overall and syempre, monitoring every part of your plan, every part of your team. So, it needs an extensive teamwork. So, for this topic, here what's we'll gonna cover. So number one, staffing the perfect event team. Number two, how to identify key stakeholders. And then the RACI model. Yan ang pag-aaralan natin. So first part, staffing the perfect event. So maglalagay ka ng mga personnel and different kind of teams. Sabi dito, ang mga event planner daw ay parang superhero. But behind any event organizer is an equally great event team. So, ang sikreto daw ay natatago sa isang team or sa iyong team na mapipili. So, let's say hindi lang 'yan isang team. Kasi ang event madaming klase and madaming iba't ibang part or iba't ibang department. Nandiyan ang banquet, which is part na din ng service, beverages, bar, the ITs, tapos yung mga marketing department. So, depends kung gaano kalaki yung event na gagawin mo. So, the question on event personnel hiring, guys, ito. So, how do you staff your team? Why do you hire? Which roles matter, syempre. So, ito na yung part na magre-recruit ka. Kikilalanin mo sino ba yung pinaka-the best na team para i-hire sa isang certain event. Sabi dito, we will have a framework that will not only help you hire the right people, but also make sure you've covered every major area of your event marketing strategy. So, for example, kailangan natin ng 60 na service attendant and then 30 na dining crew or kitchen cook. So, if talagang sobrang laki ng event na yon and you have the right budget, syempre mag-hire ka ng iba't ibang tao from sa mga caterings, tapos sa background nila, or what if bubuo ka pa lang ng team. Syempre may mga requirements ka like 4 years graduate, 2 years of experience, English proficiency, syempre, and at the same time magaling siyang makipag-usap sa guest. So hindi lang yun, napakalawak ng event planning or event management. So dapat alam mo kung ano yung pipiliin mo na team, syempre. And then once again guys, keep in mind, syempre, your company may have different titles or you may have a small team. But people often play multiple roles. Yun yung sabi dito, or freelancers are hired to fill in the gaps. So things happen guys. Halimbawa may isang malaking event. And then suddenly nagkasakit ang isang waiter or head chef. So, kailangan mo ng freelancer na i-hire. Keep in mind that you should always have a backup plan. So, that's it. And then, on this topic, we will understand the 7 common roles of an event team. Ano ba yung mga trabaho nila o mga role nila? Siyempre, first part, the big picture. Pag-usapan na muna natin yung malaki. You as the director, vice president, or head of events, sabi dito, the director leads the event strategy. Yung strategiya daw. Also the vision, yung overall view sa lahat ng mga team mo, sa every team member. So, builds the events, allocate budgets, manage external or internal partnership. So, hindi lang basta pagbabantay, but i-build mo din yung team mo. Builds the team. In moral, in heart. Syempre, yung training din na ipoprovide mo, syempre. And also the instructions. And then, allocates budget. How are you going to spend those money? On what part of the department does should it need more money or extra budget, if ever na mas kailangan siya sa food and beverage, if ever na mas kailangan siya sa banquet, which is iisa na din, if ever naman na kailangan siya sa marketing, so depende. And then event marketing coordinator, ito naman, ang trabaho nila is to oversee the entire event process, supervising the rest of the team. So, to make sure no balls are dropped, ibig sabihin, to make sure that everything is okay, everything is good. So, event or marketing coordinator. So, oversee the entire event process. Halimbawa, ititingnan niya kung okay ba yung mga nagsesend ng invitations, okay ba yung mga dining crew natin, well-trained ba sila. At the same time, i-monitor natin sila from time to time just to make sure if our operation is doing well or doing nice or lovely. So, another one is regular communication. Aside from that, dapat every time nagkikipag-usap ka. Kasi from planning pa lang, maaano mo na yun madedetect mo na yung mga pwedeng maging mali o maging fault dun sa gaganaping event. And the next one is the marketing lead. Sabi dito, they are in charge of the strategy and execution. So, another one, different kinds of tactics and strategies na gagamitin, and also the execution of that task. Of an event, syempre, communication din, online and offline, before and during after the event, they ask for feedbacks, they ask for if anyone needs anything, kumbaga, they always check for the guests or for the people and also the team. So, save the dates in invitation, marketing lead, guys. Sila din yung nagpo-post sa social media, website, placement, even paid ads, content, also follow-up emails. Sila yung mini-make sure nila that those invitation and dates are really on time or has been sent. For example, if ever na yung invitation ng pag-uusapan. So, punta naman tayo sa number 4, which is the sales customer lead. Sabi dito, if your event involves prospect of customers, you need someone who can help you facilitate the relationship between the event team and the relationship owners. So we are talking about the owners and the team, guys. So as customer lead or sales lead, you are the one who facilitated, who does the talking. Ikaw yung mediator ng event team at ng mga owners. So for example, may mga complaint na sila sa time, may mga questions sila dun sa mga proper time in and log out nila, may concern sila sa hazards. So, si sales and customer lead is yung pwedeng makipag-usap on both sides. Kumbaga, even though may direct intervention naman, so he should be the one who has both sides. And then, dito naman, this person will not only help you get buy-in, but will also help you arm the sales and customers team. Isa pa, sa sales and customer lead, natratrack din niya yung sales performance on every event. So, nakikita niya if bumenta ba, ang laki ba ng expenses natin. So, they are the one who will monitor it. So, ito na yung isa sa mga mabibigat ang trabaho, which is the designer, experiential or experiential designer. Sabi dito, from landing page, email, social assets, on-site signage, decor, and branded swag, syempre. So, sila yung magmo-monitor, sila yung mag-check, kasi bawat team or bawat part ng event planning na yon or bawat department is imo-monitor ni designer or experiential designer para ma-check niya if may mali ba, if may dapat bang correct or may dapat baguhin. So, number 5, once again, is the designer or experiential designer. Sabi dito, guys, they work closely with the marketing lead on the creative development during your event's promotion phase. So, ibig sabihin, nagsisimula pa lang yung event, sila na yung na nag-check or no monitor if okay ba, if may dapat ba tayong baguhin, if may sobra ba dun sa design o may dapat tayong ibawas. So, in charge din sila doon. And then, the on-site lead, guys. Sabi dito, depending on the event, you will most likely need some extra bodies. So, sila yung tumutulong. Help run the door, check people in, be hand on any extra help. So, sila yon on-site lead together with his team. So, kita nyo naman dun sa picture. Ayan, lend a hand. Mostly composed by men since they are physically stronger. Some has female members kasi male, mga babae din naman natin nakasama is malalakas din and kayang i-perform yung task better than other men. So, it can be female or male, any type. So, as long as they can perform the job well, things will be okay. Syempre. And then another one is your on-site lead is your go-to point person. Sabi dito, for anything related to what happens on the day of the event at the venue. So once again, andyan din siya para i-check lahat, go to the point person, i-check if everything is working out, or may kung anong kailangan o kung may kailangan bang ayusin. Siyempre, one of the important thing is to check the hazard if okay ba lahat, if may makakasakit bang part. Nung mga tinayo nating bagay or gamit or stage or mga wiring if okay ba. Once again, yon. So, sabi dito, this could be the same person, but you may also need a production or partnership lead. So, pag-uusapan naman natin si production lead. Doon. Another thing pala yun. So, 7, marketing, event operations, or technologist. Sabi dito, you are collecting data at every stage of your event. But where is it going? Sabi doon. So, this person, guys, yung tinatawag na event operations or technologist, is the one who is in charge of the entire marketing technology. Also, to ensure that all of your data is synced or monitored or saved. So, pwede mong makita din yung iba't ibang klaseng umattend, iba't ibang yung mga paano na bigyan ng invitation, sino yung mga nagbayad through online banking. So, pwede mo siyang i-monitor through the help of the events operation technologist. So, punta naman tayo sa most common ratio for event to marketing roles. Sabi dito, according to the recent event marketing study of 739 yan guys, global companies, 1.4 is the most common ratio of event roles to the other marketing roles at global enterprise companies. So, we are talking about ratio doon. Which means for every 4 marketing employees daw na meron ka, one of them should be dedicated to the events. So, dun sa 4 na team na yon, isa doon is ang magmo-monitor sa events. Kasi, on this topic, we are talking on a big event. Siyempre, hindi lang yung basta simple. But, pansin nyo, from una pa lang, pinag-usapan na natin na ang dami mong iba't ibang klaseng team. So, once again, let's talk about dedication. Sabi doon, the number of dedicated event staff really depends on the size of your organization. Gaano ba kalaki yung organization mo at gaano karami yung magiging dedicated na yan. So hopefully, lahat naman ng in charge mo is responsible enough to cover each other's duties if ever na may magkamali or may babago. So what's more important is you ensure you have all the important parts of your event covered. So meaning to say, every important part should be secured. Yung mga factors na pwedeng mag-cause ng mga challenges or inconvenience is ma-monitor mo na at the start pa lang. So, on this one, how to identify your event's key stakeholders and why it matters. So, we will talk about the stakeholders, guys. Sabi dito, an important step early on is identify who else in your company is a stakeholder. So, yun yung mga liable person or pwedeng maapektuhan ng good side and downside ng mga operations na gagawin nyo. Sabi dito, and get everyone involved from the start. So, let's talk about the meaning. Excuse me. Sabi dito, a stakeholder is a party that has an interest in a company and can either affect or be affected by the business. So, may interest sila. Kumbaga dun sa stakes, if the stakes are high, they can be affected. And if everything is going fine, it will benefit to them. So, the primary stakeholders in a typical corporation, guys, we are talking about the typical corporation, are its investors, employees, customers, and also the suppliers. Sila yung pwedeng maapektuhan ng mga mangyayari sa operations. So, this is the stakeholders' involvement. It says that these people should be looped into event planning, strategy, and likely also the execution. So, they are involved or they should always be informed if you are managing anything, for example, culinary, food and beverage, marketing, or even flower arrangement. They should be informed or they should be well informed if everything, if anything changed on their mind about regarding the designs, changes, dapat i-meet pa rin natin yung mga hihingi nila because they are partners or stakeholders ng mismong company natin, which is may malaking involvement sila. So, it says that your event stakeholders usually depends on your goal. So, nakadepende sila sa outcome nung ipe-perform mo. So, it says that if driving sales is the goal, you should be collaborating with your sales team. From the very beginning, sabi, from the start, deciding guest list, promotion, usually tracking links, etc. So, ang pinag-uusapan naman dito sa part na to is the sales. So, if the stakeholders has a big concern about the sales, syempre makipag-coordinate ka na sa sales team mo or marketing team para ma-inform sila on how things are going or how you are managing everything so well. So, they should always be informed, guys. So, if it is a recruiting event, so we are talking about the recruiting or hiring staff. It says that make sure you align with your HR department or makipag-usap ka. Kausapin mo sila if everything is okay regarding dun sa pag-hire nyo ng mga candidates or if tama ba yung requirements na hawak nyo just to monitor or double check. Sabi naman dito is the on type of candidates you're targeting. For example, who you should invite. For example, ang kailangan nyo is culinary team. Siyempre, hindi ka mag-i-invite dyan ng mga ng malalayo dun sa forte na yon. So, ang i-invite mo is yung may mga experience or yung mga graduates doon which is has an experience or bachelor's degree, for example. So, punta naman tayo sa if it's a product training naman, guys. It says you'll want your product team to be heavily involved in planning. So, yung product team, i-involve muna sila dun sa planning of the event because out the flow and content of your event session, andyan sila. For example, the engineers. How is it built? When does it ship? Is it reliable? And then, punta naman tayo sa product. What is the problem? Why should we solve this? How do we measure it? What is the priority? And then, when you go to the designs or designs team or designs production, it says, what is the experience? What's the use of mental model and behavior? So, ang dami ding bagay eh. So, it says that from the beginning or from the start, they should be involved. Yung product team natin, actually applicable to sa lahat. Before the start of planning everything, magkaroon sana ng briefing para mapag-usapan kung sino yung assign sa bawat department. Or if meron ng error, ma-meet agad para maiwasan yung inconvenience. And another one, if it is a product team, you'll want your product team to be heavily involved in planning out the flow. So, kasali pa rin sila sa planning. Sabi naman dito, guys, so we're talking about events. Lockdown mostly is educational seminar ang nagko-conduct. Sabi dito, think about who in your company knows the most about this topic. Alamin mo lagi. What if ang pinag-usapan nila is darts competition? Ganyan, magkakaroon ng isang event na andun yung mga pupunta yung iba't ibang member ng, for example, PDC. So, make sure na yung i-invitahin mo or yung i-assign mo dun sa task na yun is may alam dun sa mangyayari. Kilala niyo yung mga tao, he knows how things go. So, that person should be familiar. So, once again, thank you for listening, guys. I hope you still here. Now, we will talk about the RACI or RACI model. So, alamin natin yun. What does it mean? First of all, it means responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. So, yun ang meaning ng RACI, guys. And then, guys, the RACI model, team management made easier. So, ang laki daw ng naitulong nito sa event or team or any types of management. Sabi dito, like anything that requires teamwork, events also require a lot of communication. Dapat mag-uusap pa rin sila, magbibigay sila ng iba't ibang klase ng idea. Magbibigay sila ng kung may mga dapat mang ayusin dun sa isang event na yon. So, nakalagay dito, to ensure that every task is planned and executed efficiently, syempre. So once again, this framework that can help you organize responsibilities. So nakakatulong yung framework na yon. So across your team and to ensure everyone knows who is in charge of what. Siyempre, pag nagka-problema, kilala mo kung sinong kakontakin mo. For example, nagkaroon ng may bumagsak na part ng stage. So, alam mo yung kakontakin mo. Nagka-problema sa beverage. Alam mo na yung food and beverage department. And also, the kitchen. So, you should be well knowledgeable regarding about the different types of department that is working inside your event team. So, you should be the one who is responsible, accountable, consulted, and well-informed. So, ito yung isa pang part ng RACI model, which is yung pinaka well-explained. So, who is responsible, who is informed, and who is consulted. And by the way guys, yung presentation ko and module na ginawa is ibibigay ko din sa iyo, ipopost ko sa Google Classroom after the lesson. So, here's a breakdown of each part of the model. So, responsible. Ano ba yun? Ensure the work gets done. So, you should be the one monitoring. Titingnan mo kung na-execute ba yung mga plans, yung mga ginagawa. If na-perform ba properly. And accountable naman is the person who actually executes the work. This could be the same person as responsible. So, sisiguraduhin mo na na-execute or ginagawa. Kasi planning without execution is nothing naman, di ba? It is just a plan. So, there should be an execution. So, consulted, guys. Ito naman yung sa person with the final approval. So, they must be stakeholders, yung mga head, yung mga administrators, so kung ano man, sila yung nagbibigay ng final approval bago mo gawin. So, informed. Sabi dito, they're aware of the work but are not involved in the execution or approval. So, even though hihingi ka ng consent, magpapaalam ka, it is part of the morality, but it is part of the rules naman din. Dapat i-inform mo yung mga dapat ma-inform. Not just like stakeholders, if ever na may marapit na simbahan dun sa paggaganapan ng event, i-inform mo sila na magkakaroon kayo ng event ng gantong araw. So, mahalaga na i-inform mo yung mga pwedeng maapektuhan ng gaganaping event na yon. So, that's all guys. Thank you so much and God bless. I'm very thankful that you attended this lesson and I hope you've learned a lot. So, if you have any question, you can contact me on Facebook and also in our school portal and Google Classroom. So, see you guys next time and mag-iingat kayo palagi.